Good evening. It could have been a lot worse for a great many more people, but it was terrifying for some and fatal for a few. When Andrew roared across the Florida peninsula just south of Miami, the winds were a steady 140 miles an hour and the gusts were 165. The hurricane left a very messy imprint on the state, and by the time it was across the state and into the Gulf of Mexico where it is now, 8 people had died in the storm. We begin in Miami with ABC's Al Dale.
The storm came ashore just before dawn south of the city. Daylight revealed the widespread destruction. Power lines, road signs, and stoplights littered the streets and hung as helplessly as the countless broken palm trees. The storm surge, a flood of seawater pushed ashore by the storm, was not as high as expected, but the wind and waves were enough to lift boats out of their moorings and onto dry land, stack cars one on top of the other, and deposit this rental van on the company's roof. And in neighborhood after neighborhood, Andrew had uprooted trees and ripped roofing and walls from thousands of businesses and homes. Steve Barnes and his family were among those who refused to evacuate.
You could hear all the shingles and the roof peeling off. We heard crashes into our house all the time.
Did you at any point think that this was it, that it was over?
Too bloody right I did.
Smith Carter stayed with his house too and watched it almost disintegrate around him.
It's real difficult to explain. You've got to go through it to realize what it is.
The hardest hit area was Dade County south of the city, mostly suburbs stretching into rural countryside and the northern Keys. In the entire Miami area, 2 out of 3 homes lost electricity, affecting more than 1 million people. Without power, water purification stations had to shut down. So there is concern that the drinking water supply is not safe. People are being urged to boil their drinking water. The governor called out 1,500 National Guard troops, some of them engineers, to help in the cleanup, others to join police in keeping order and preventing looting. Still, some looting did take place at several stores and supermarkets. After the wind and rain subsided, roads were quickly clogged by people heading back to their homes and counting their losses or blessings.
Megan, you're the luckiest one. You won't remember this.
Many storm-battered South Floridians, relieved to have survived, immediately began cleaning up the mess that the hurricane left behind.